I'm surrounded by men who can justify sacrificing just about anything for work. That would be my question for the show. How can I convince my husband he's addicted to work? I don't think you can.
No, I don't think you can either.
You can.
Yeah, and that was a hopeless answer. That was really sad.
No, I think it's the truth.
It's a personal journey.
It reminded me of a verse I read. I wish I had it ready now. I read it a couple of weeks ago. Was that the unbelieving husband is sanctified by his believing wife?
Yeah, or even just somebody that, like, lots of people that are Christians are working too much, right? Like I would fall in that camp too. Yeah. I mean, I think that there's been a lot of times where I've just justified it.
Prayer.
Yeah, pray.
But if you're, but like, it reminded me of
there again. So can I back up?
Yeah.
Sorry, no, you go ahead. I'll remember my thought. I apologize.
Something that Curry told Nicole about a year ago and said, try love Kyle as hard as you can and see what happens. And it did make a huge difference. Now, that is not the be all end all.
And it won't work sometimes.
And it won't work sometimes. And it could be that nothing changes at all. But
nothing is reciprocated.
I think
but often it does.
Often it does. And working on yourself is the only thing you can really do. Like, you can't change your significant other. Marriage meetings happen, like, are good because you can give criticisms, whatever. But like, you can only really work on yourself. And the more awesome someone is, it's really hard to be a jerk to someone that's super awesome. Now, that's really hard because sometimes you're just like in a really tough position, or you're actually not being respected at all, or whatever, all those other things. I think that's definitely happening.
Yeah, it's definitely a loaded question.
So it's really complicated, I think. Yeah. But I think, being open, go for counseling. I mean, a lot of guys won't even do that. So
I guess my question is, and that's an interesting, because I brought that up with somebody the other day that I feel really desperately a couple that needed counseling, and I brought it up with the one spouse, and I'm like, well, will they go? And it was like, no, I don't think so. But I guess I always wonder, like, hey, if somebody says they really love somebody, like, if you get, and that's where I was going to go with this, if somebody could implement the marriage meeting first, now maybe the person won't even do that. But if you could say, hey, it's really important to me that we try do this, and you create this healthy space where there's this conversation, and hey, maybe the husband says, no, I wouldn't mind being at home more, but like, whenever I'm home, I'm getting nagged, or whenever, I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there or whatever, or mostly like with the workaholism thing, if it's a Dutch person, they just are driven and they're trying to make money and build an empire. So, I mean, there's probably no excuse, right? In my case, it's like, I have to consciously choose the right thing, which is spending time with my family. But
I think everyone has that. Everyone has things where they have to
just be something else. It might not be work, but that's you're totally right. You're totally right.
But also, you go for counseling just by yourself and get advice from your counselor, like talk to your pastor about it. Like,
the most insightful thing you said was that the only thing you can change is working on your own stuff. Yeah. And I mean, people don't, you know what, it's not the answer we're looking for, because we feel like if the other person would just do this better, then I'd be happier. And of course there is some of that, and some people are being horribly mistreated. So like I say, it's a loaded question without knowing everything, but
yes,
I do feel like a lot of people are so busy focused on the shortcomings or the lack thereof in their partner. And it's like, well, there's a lot of things that we can just work on internally that will help. And people notice that, even people that are busy. I mean, maybe not, but a lot of times it's like, wow.
And it also reminds me of that guy that I talked to a couple months ago now, I guess, that I shared on the podcast, that he started praying every day for 20 minutes a day.
The Oregon guy.
Because he just wanted to get this job really badly, and it started changing everything in his life. Like, I think we underestimate the power of prayer, which actually brings me to the show sponsor. But like, if you're spending 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll get to that, you'll appreciate it. But if you spend 5 or 10 minutes a day praying for your spouse, which I think we should all do anyway, and I don't do it that long, but like, I would almost want to say like 100% sure that it'll make a significant difference if you do that consistently. Like, we don't live just in a 3D world, but it's a spiritual world. God is real.
Yeah, you tell him you're praying for him.
Yeah.
Say like, hey, I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
My wife prays for me quite a bit.
But instead of the show sponsor, what I wanted to do today was I wanted to ask, hey guys, if you enjoyed that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.